Welcome to Nerd Shit. My name's Gabriel.
I'm Scott.
That's Scott. Yeah, Scott. He has a Venom shirt on. I do too. It's kind of faded. Mine's old. I'm old. We're here. This episode, I don't know, on season 2. Sure, let's go with that. We're going to talk about Venom.
Yes, Venom.
All spoilers included. So, if you have not seen Venom and you do not want the film to be spoiled,
Turn it off. Just turn it off.
No, I was gonna tell them to add it to their watch later. Maybe watch this later. Please subscribe, like us. Just watch it later. That's it. Pause it, save it for later. Come back and love us. So yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Spoilers, everything. Secret ending at the end of the credits. It's awesome. So first off, let's just start our overall impressions of the film. What did you think?
I thought it was a great movie. I was a little skeptical going into it, but it really surprised me, and I had a good time watching this movie.
I agree with that sentiment. I definitely had a great time watching this. Super entertaining film. Lots of action, lots of comedy, really good kind of buddy system they had going, and really just a great time at the theater.
Yeah, it was. And I think, from all the critics that bash this movie, I don't know what they were watching. I think everyone's so in tune now to the MCU to where if it's not something out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they kind of tune it out and trash it. But gotta give this you have to give this one a look for yourself. Don't listen to critics.
Absolutely, I definitely recommend everyone just go out and watch the movie for yourself. Form your own opinion on it. Let me know what you think.
Let's get into some positives. Gabriel, what did you think was one of your biggest positives in this movie?
I think overall positives, the chemistry between Eddie and the symbiote Venom. I think their chemistry was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tom Hardy was a perfect casting for this. He did a really great job. He nailed the Eddie Brock and the Venom part to this, and it was good to see that on screen when you read it in the comics, because Eddie Brock and Venom are intertwined and they're one and the same, and he did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. We got sort of that Woody Allen kind of feel.
Yeah.
When he's talking to himself there, going back and forth to symbiote. Lots of comedy. We got a little bit of backstory on the symbiote.
Yeah.
And of course, they're referring to their planets, which we all know is actually, if you've read the comic book, with the Null, the symbiote god, it's not actually a planet. It's actually just them wrapped up and trapping Null. But you get the point. Yeah. They referred to that. It was a nice little Easter egg. Everything in it, really, I thought was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. The action was awesome. The action scenes are definitely something I like. I like the chase scene that they had with him and his motorcycle. I like pretty much all the fighting and action. The symbiote, Venom versus Riot.
Yeah, that was nice.
Riot's the villain in this, if you didn't know that already. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, and I think Venom looked good. The CGI was pretty good on it. My favorite part with the CGI was when Riot and Venom were fighting, and you saw them split apart, and you saw Tom Hardy and the other guy just in
Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, they were just in a stasis, and it was pretty cool. I was like, oh, that's neat. But I think they overall they did a good job. Yeah, it's not, one of the negatives I can knock it on. Yeah, it's not tied to Spider-Man. That's unfortunately, but I think they did a good job telling a different type of story, and
Yeah, so we'll get to more of the negatives in a second, but to stick with the positives, yes, it's not connected to Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that's a bummer for all of us, especially me.
Yeah.
Okay? But although I was skeptical on how Sony can build their own universe without Spider-Man, I am no longer skeptical. I think what they did, what they established in this universe that they have, it works. Now let's get into some negatives. I know you probably don't have a lot. I have a few, just a few. Now, I did think it was a great film. We'll get to what we rate the film in a second. Negatives, I think with almost every comic book movie or in general comic related superhero movie, it's really tough to get us to have a villain that is great.
Yeah.
This villain, Carlton Drake, who later gets attached to Riot. Now, I'm going to treat them as two separate kind of villains, right? Because Riot doesn't actually attach to him till the third act of the film.
Yeah.
But Carlton Drake himself, now, he was evil.
Yeah.
He was evil. Mm-hmm. He was just using human test subjects like, oh, he's dead. Oh, bring in the next subject. Like, there's nothing to it. I just didn't understand his motive. Like, yeah, he wanted to save the planet and have us live in space instead, but, like, I didn't understand.
I don't think he so much wanted to save the planet. I think he was just in it for money.
Yeah, money, I guess.
To sell, like, these symbiotes so that way we can go live on Mars.
Yeah, it was just the motive. I was like, yeah, really? That's... Like, it didn't make me invested into the antagonist of the film. Yeah. That's definitely one negative for me. Another negative... by the way, Riot was pretty cool. I mean, we didn't see much of him. He only really was introduced in the third act. We kind of saw him kind of do that body jumping kind of thing throughout the movie. And then when we finally saw him, he was pretty cool. I liked it. He looked cool. It was awesome. Negatives, a lot of people were talking about the tone shift of the movie, how the tone from the first act was kind of grounded. You know, it was basically just Eddie, and then second act, Venom gets attached to Eddie, and from there kind of takes a different ride. I didn't mind that tone switch.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like it. I didn't mind it. I thought, okay, it was grounded, it's attached, now, you know, we're on this other adventure here.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. Now, when we get to the third act, when his ex-fiance gets attached to the symbiote. Now, awesome that they had a little she-venom moment.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was totally cool. Reminded me of the cover of The Bride of Venom. Yeah. Totally awesome. Definitely a cool Easter egg to have. However, it was very strange that, just like that, she kind of just changed her mind on the whole thing. She was dead, like literally 5 minutes before she gets the symbiote from the dog. She's turning on the MRI or whatever to detach the symbiote from Eddie because she didn't want this on him, and then now she's just back into it.
Well, I think too she saw, as you saw, the people from the Life Foundation come into the hospital, and she knew something was up, and the best way to combat whatever Carlton Drake was doing was to give the symbiote back to Eddie.
Yeah, totally agree. It was just a weird kind of shift there.
Yeah.
Where and we didn't see much of her throughout the film. Like we saw a little bit, but I don't know.
She really wasn't in the movie too much.
I wasn't too invested in her and why she decided to change her mind. It was weird to me. But I mean, those are just a few negatives. Other than that, I mean, yeah. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, you know, they take elements. I wouldn't say they adapted, but they took elements from the Lethal Protector series,
yes, they did.
Which everyone knows, that famous Venom cover of Lethal Protector #1. And then I think it's a six-part series for Lethal Protector. And they have the other symbiotes. You get a quick shot of Scream, her symbiote there. You don't actually see Scream, but you see the symbiote. You know, you can tell, oh, that one's Scream. Riot, the other ones I kind of show up, not really. Is Agony, Phage, Riot, Scream, and
Lasher.
They don't really show up. You kind of see Scream. You definitely see Riot. I guess Venom in this story is one of them. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think they took the best elements they could from Lethal Protector to adapt it to the big screen, which not everything can adapt to the big screen. So obviously I would prefer that they take certain liberties and only adapt what makes sense. And I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely recommend everyone watching. Now, let's talk about the end credit scene.
Oh boy, end credit scene. Alright, so this is a major spoiler if you haven't seen it. Cletus Cassidy, the serial killer himself, makes an appearance in the first end credit scene. Or I guess you would call it mid-credits, right? Mid-credit, yeah.
The mid-credits scene. Woody Harrelson.
Yes.
With his really weird, awkward, curly red hair. I'm just used to seeing him bald.
Yeah.
So it's weird to see him like with his little weird curly
It looked
hair.
out of place to me.
Yeah, definitely was like, come on, like they could have done better with the budget they had.
Yeah.
But he did seem pretty freaking psychotic.
I mean, if you guys ever seen Natural Born Killers, he was a psycho in that movie, and Woody Harrelson's a good actor, and he knows how to play comedic roles, dramatic roles, suspense. You know, he knows it all. So I was really pumped to see him cast as Cletus Cassidy, because I think he's gonna do a great job with it. And just by that scene, you could tell he was taking it to where it was supposed to be when he said when he gets out it's gonna be carnage, and I'm like, no.
Now, a lot of people might think that line is corny.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna carnage. Oh, okay. You know what? Sometimes I like me some corny. I like to see some nice stuff like that. We're comic book nerds, okay?
Yeah.
We like that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Damn right, there's gonna be carnage. I can't wait.
You have to, in my opinion, for a sequel, it has to be. I know this one was rated PG-13, and they did get a job. They did a good job with it. They still had, you know, him biting off heads and whatever, but obviously they couldn't really show it. This next movie, this sequel, has to be rated R, because Carnage is the most. He's the most ruthless, and he's the most violent character in the Marvel universe. Like, he just goes around killing people for fun, and he just laughs at it. So if you're gonna have a sequel, it has to be rated R to really capture Carnage's, you know, his persona.
Absolutely, yeah. The rated R is most likely a must. It's hard to do Carnage without it being rated R.
You can't water that down.
That's a violent. You can't even do Cletus Cassidy without making it.
Oh, when he was writing it in blood.
That mid-credit scene. That's a pretty.
Yeah.
That's not something you want to show your kids.
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Absolutely.
It's a great start to the universe. I think they're gonna try and build their own universe. They announced the Morbius movie with Jared Leto. They have the Black Cat Silver Sable movie, which I think they're still doing together, or are they doing it separate now? I don't know. They keep switching it up. And I guess they have their own plans for a Sinister Six movie in this universe, or
it's
Homecoming. I don't know what the details are. I'm just a fan, and I'm just waiting to sit back and watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it is what it is. Don't listen to all the critics out there that are trashing this movie. Just go out, form your own opinion. Exactly. Go in with an open mind like we did. We were pleasantly surprised. Literally, credits roll. We look at each other like, that was a great movie. Yeah. We had such a good time watching it. It was funny. It was awesome. What do you give it? 1 out of 10.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. I agree. 8 out of 10. Definitely entertaining. Go out and watch Venom, please. It's such a good time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I want to see it again. Can we watch it again?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome. So, quick announcements. Hopefully I have this up before this weekend. This weekend, I don't know when this is going to post. Hopefully tonight, tomorrow. I'll be at the Framingham Super Mega Fest. We're going to be interviewing some people there, talking to some awesome people, cosplay. I'm going to be dressed up as Prince. You already know I'm trying to win that cosplay contest. Yeah, I got some new glasses for my Prince outfit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah, it's going down.
Look at that.
Yeah, I'm going legit. Let's go. Purple Rain. I forgot I had glasses on before I put these on. That's okay, though. Nerd Sheet. My name's Gabriel. You can find me everywhere at Nerd Sheet. Add it away. Follow us. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Like us, YouTube. Share, subscribe. Turn on notifications, because apparently no one gets notified anymore unless you put that on. Where can people find you, sir?
Everywhere. You can find me at Scott9406.
Scott9406. You already know how it is. Nerd Sheet is out.
Dramatic turnaround.
What are you doing?
Oh, hi.
Nerd Sheet.
Hello, everybody. This here is Roxy. Roxy would love for you to subscribe to the Nerd Sheet, because for every 100 subscribers, I will buy her another squeaky toy. Ain't that right, Roxy? So subscribe for Roxy.